This table. Look at all the knowledge at this table. All my guests from today are sitting around the round table with Ransom, Julia, and Jamie, and Jill. Now, if you have a home or renter or finance question, tweet us right now, okay? And we will answer those questions as soon as possible. Our first question is a tweet for Julia. It's your turn. Any suggestions for throwing a Canada Day party for adults? Okay. Well, there's liquor.
An important element. Absolutely.
What do you think?
I would say, okay, in terms of decor, stick with one color. So maybe just do all white, like a white party. You're all red.
Oh, that's good.
And then plan your menu according to Canadian foods. Maybe start on the East Coast and do some great PEI potatoes and lobster from Nova Scotia. Nice. You do some fried pickerel, maple syrup in Ontario. Alberta beef, moving all across to Salt Spring Island cheese. Just do a whole smorgasbord of Canadian food.
That's a great idea. I love that a lot. I'm hungry already.
Are you available?
Yeah, I'm available for that. Okay, so I've got a question for Jamie right now, and this is an email from Mickey in Vancouver. Over the course of 2.5 years, I lent a friend a great deal of money. While I have to declare these funds as income when the loan is repaid, never even thought of that. What are my options? What else does it say? And what are the tax implications? That's a great question.
Yeah, good news on that one, though, because if you loan someone money and you get paid back, that's not income. Because what you're doing is you're loaning the money that you've already paid tax on when you earn the money. It's after-tax money. You're loaning the money. Now, if they're paying you interest, the interest you'd have to declare. But once they pay you back, that's a tax-free amount because it's after-tax money. So good news on that. There's no reporting required other than any interest income in that.
Have any of you ever lent anybody any money? Any friends money? Yeah.
The question is, how do you lend somebody money with before tax dollars and then get it back and not pay tax on it?
That's right. Exactly.
That's the key.
Yeah, Jill, this is your question. This is from Natalia. She's in the audience. Is that you?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your question for Jill?
I live in a small 450 square foot condo, and I was wondering about efficient storage solutions.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's tough because that's a small space. Do you own it or have you...
just renting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, first thing obviously is don't have that much stuff, okay? That's the first and bad news.
Yeah.
But you have to be creative about storage. Obviously, you don't have that much floor space, so you want to think about going to the wall or going, you know, hanging from the ceiling. So, especially in the kitchen, right? Knives on the wall as opposed to on the counter, maybe a pot rack. Also, you know, be creative about, you know, double duty kind of furniture. So whether it's an ottoman that can also be kind of a little office space.
There's a lot of that stuff now, right? Double duty,
yeah, and that's a good way to do it, but just don't have as much stuff.
Yeah. You have to edit your clothing.
I can
It's
do
the
that.
closet that's the most difficult, you know?
I know.
So those garment racks really help out a lot.
That's so true. I just moved into an apartment.
Did
and
you?
You know what? Boy, oh boy, you got to get rid of stuff. It's hard.
Did you get rid of a lot of stuff?
I filled a box full of all my shirts that I don't wear anymore, and I gave them
rid
away.
of
No, this is a new one. This is a new one.
That's a
But I
keeper.
did. I started giving stuff away. It's the best thing because you just go, you know what? I haven't worn it for a year.
Lighter though afterwards feels good.
Oh, it's great because everything gets organized. It's amazing when you have to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
When you edit, it's great.
Yeah.
And you realize how little you really need. Honestly, we hold on to things. My grandmother gave it to me. I should wear this. I used to fit into it. I spent so much money on it. And really, the first thing to get rid of is the guilt.
The guilt. That's a good point. Now, we got a tweet for you, Joe. I have a junk room, not a junk drawer. That's a big... Now, that can't be like surgery, is it? It's got to be more than that.
No,
that's a problem. That's what you do.
That is. Well, of course. So on our show, Consumed, you know, people... You know you have a problem when you're using your space for something other than its intention, right?
Sure.
The guest room becomes a storage room, or, you know what I mean, you're hanging clothes on your exercise equipment, things like that. So using a room for a storage room, I mean... if it's in the garage or, you know, the basement, that's okay. But you're really wasting space. That's a good place to have an office, to have a guest room, to have a den, a screening room, a playroom for your kids.
So would you start, like, where would you start? Like, edit, like you told us when we were doing the junk drawer?
The first thing you have to do when you're organizing is purge. Unfortunately, it is about getting rid of. Pretend you're moving. This is a great thing to do. Pretend you're moving. Like, I have to move, or this room suddenly is going to be cut off. What am I going to do? And absorb all that other stuff into the house.
Okay, but what if you have other people living with you in the house? How do you decide? Do you do a family purge? How do you manage that?
Well, the thing is, everybody thinks it's so onerous to purge, and
I love it.
I mean, it's a good time for us.
Yeah,
but really, you can make it fun. Say, this is what we're doing this weekend. Pick some great music. make it a party, right?
Yeah,
a purge party and have some fun. Invite some friends over, because take it. Because when, you know what, part of the problem of getting rid of things is people are so afraid it's not going to go to a good home. But you just said that you gave away stuff, which make you feel good, like, oh, I'm not using it.
All the paperwork we've talked about.
That's
people
right.
save forever.
That's right.
Old years tax returns, 10, 20 years old. You're never going to need that.
Well, how long are you supposed to keep your tax return?
7 years. That's
7 years, that's it.
You don't need to keep hydro bills from the apartment you lived in 3 years ago.
I
Like,
know,
it's
that's
irrelevant.
true,
When will you ever go back? I wonder what I spent on hydro
But
back in
people
2009.
are really afraid of paper, aren't
it's
they? They're
irrelevant. They don't
really
need it.
afraid
Throw
of
it out.
paper.
It's all available online
Shred
anyway.
it, shred it.
Shred it.
So in most cases, you're talking about receipts that we found in your drawer. Where is she? She's over there. Sorry. There she is over there.
Julia.
But, yeah, Julia. But the thing is, you said don't keep receipts that you can't use for tax.
You bought coffee this morning. Are you gonna submit it for your taxes?
So
get rid of it. Don't ask for the receipt.
What do you keep? You keep what?
Yeah, anything you need for tax purposes, if you're going to write it off or you include it in income, keep that until you file your tax return, then keep that for another 6 years, and that's it. You don't need to keep anything else. Most bills are available online anyway.
Big ticket items. If you buy a couch or you buy something that's really
you've got
expensive.
You have to say so long. Thank you to Jamie. They're going to keep talking. keep talking. Jamie, Jill, Julia, and of course Ramson. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. What was the answer to that?
If you have a warranty.
Tomorrow on the show, Marilyn talks with Dan Rather about his legendary career in broadcasting. Plus, Anna Olson whips up easy Canada Day desserts. Guests of the Marilyn Denis Show stay at the Intercontinental Toronto Centre Hotel in downtown Toronto.